John Cena definitely does not like Prime. What's up, Jared W here. Today we have the weekly set review of Friday Night SmackDown. They kicked off the show with the man, Becky Lynch, showing up in Dublin, Ireland. Obviously her home country, even though she's a Monday Night Raw superstar. She shows up on Friday Night SmackDown, comes out, and pretty much just goes on and on and on about how she's the best women's champion, best women's wrestler, New York Times bookseller, like just going on and on about herself. The crowd starts chanting Lila Valkyria and stuff, like she kept on calling herself the best wrestler. It was just pretty much a boring promo. It went on forever. It felt like forever. It was like 8 to 10 minutes. It was so annoying. And then Tiffany Stratton interrupts her. Tiffany Stratton comes out. She goes, I'm really starting to like this Dublin, Ireland crowd because I think they know what time it is. Tiffany time. I mean, like, it's just the same thing like always. Then Nia Jax comes out and interrupts her. And it just turns into a brawl. Then Jade Cargill comes out. And then Nick Aldis comes out and announces that he just got off the phone with general manager from Monday Night Raw, Adam Pearce, that he can borrow big-time Becky Lynch. It's going to be Becky Lynch and Nia Jax versus Charlotte Flair. Not Charlotte Flair, oh my god. Charlotte Flair's behind Becky Lynch, but not Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax taking Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill taking on Becky Lynch and Nia Jax in the main event. And his big, Nick Aldis' big-time main event. Which, I mean, like, I don't think that's a big-time main event, but that's just my personal opinion. But that will be the main event of Friday Night SmackDown. Then it was Awesome Him, this group tag team of Carmelo Hayes and The Miz taking on Fraxium, because backstage they kind of got in an argument. This match was pretty decent, everything. Carmelo Hayes actually ended up hitting Miz during the match on accident, but they still ended up picking up the victory together, and they actually were like somewhat nice to each other because they've kind of been beefing. Carmelo Hayes is coming around, I guess, on Miz. But Carmelo Hayes and Miz pick up the victory over Fraxium. I don't know where this is going to go with them together. I don't know if they're going to put the tag titles on them or what. But I find it kind of interesting, but at least Carmelo Hayes is kind of getting TV time and stuff. Then we were backstage and Jimmy Uso was getting interviewed about him and Naomi having a baby, and Sami Zayn comes over and celebrating with him, how proud he is and happy he is for them. Then Solo Sikoa and the MFT come up, and Solo pretty much congratulating Jimmy Uso, but saying he goes because I'm such a nice uncle, I'm gonna let you name your son or kid after his favorite uncle, Uncle Solo. You can name him Solo. It was just kind of dumb. And then he said he starts talking to Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn, he goes, I'm coming for that United States title. And he goes, it's not going to be underdog Sami Zayn, because Solo Sikoa said, oh, I got to deal with underdog Sami Zayn. He goes, no, it's WrestleMania main eventer Sami Zayn, which I thought was so cringe, because Sami Zayn, you main evented night 1 of WrestleMania in a tag match. You're not a single star main eventer, and I still don't think night 1 WrestleMania is a true main event. But next week for the United States Championship, it's going to be Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn going one-on-one next week on Friday Night SmackDown. Then we had Charlotte Flair go one-on-one with Piper Niven. I feel like it's kind of random. Charlotte Flair obviously picking up the victory. The crowd was loving Chelsea Green, though, in Dublin, Ireland. But Charlotte Flair picks up the victory against Piper Niven. Sorry to interrupt this video, but 7% of you are only subscribed. 92% of you aren't subscribed. It'd be much appreciated if you could hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss any of my videos. So now let's get back to the video. Then we heard from the greatest of all time, John Cena. He comes out, has an awesome entrance. Dublin, Ireland was going crazy for him. And he was having a great announcement and everything. And John Cena was getting choked up. You could tell he was struggling, but he got himself together. Then right before he went to talk, really interrupted by Logan Paul. Logan Paul goes on about why he is not an outsider, and that John Cena is an imposter because he leaves to go act like somebody that he's not. He'll do anything. He's a corporate person. If they tell him to roll over, he'll roll over like a good boy. Logan Paul says how he's an imposter for he's been doing the same thing for the past 25 years, same 5 moves. Logan Paul has been doing this for only 4 years and putting on absolute banger matches. And then John Cena gives Logan Paul a wisdom class. He just goes off on him, saying how he had so much potential, but he's a Logan Paul's a disappointment. And then he goes, because I tried giving you all your opportunities when you first got here, but all you do is you come to my house are my family, and you show up and all you do is use it to sell your bullshit to get yourself a new Pokemon card. Absolutely just tearing to shreds the Prime Hydration Station by pushing it over. And then John Cena said, when you show up at Clash in Paris, because you better learn how to bring the hustle and stuff, because otherwise you're going to have a long night, because I'm going to beat the living shit out of you at Clash in Paris, because I'm not going down to the fight on my last run against a YouTuber. And then John Cena goes, also the crowd thinks I'm wasting my last match on you, one of my last matches on you, because I could be fighting Dominic Mysterio, Jacob Fatu, AJ Styles. I really hope John Cena fights AJ Styles in this last run, or the Usos, because I'm wasting it on you, but you were first in line. So Clash in Paris, you better bring it. You have the hustle, but you know nothing about loyalty and respect. And then Logan Paul gets in John Cena's face, goes for the punch. John Cena ducks, picks him up, and hits him with the attitude adjustment, and John Cena stands tall over Logan Paul, and John Cena leaves, taking in the crowd of Dublin, Ireland. Then Aleister Black was going to go one-on-one against R-Truth. When R-Truth pops up on the Tron, saying that he is in Dublin, but not Dublin, Ireland. He's in Dublin, Georgia. He went to the wrong Dublin. So he said, I have a friend, Aleister Black, that can handle you. And Damian Priest comes out and goes right after Aleister Black, going at it. They're brawling. They're going for the announce table when security breaks him up, because Damian Priest was about to powerbomb him through the announce desk. But security was able to break up Aleister Black and Damian Priest. Bro, the fact that freaking R-Truth went to Dublin, Georgia, that shit was pretty funny. I was not expecting that one, but that was pretty good. Then we had Drew McIntyre come out, and Drew McIntyre said Cody Rhodes is a little bitch. That's what Drew McIntyre officially thinks of Cody Rhodes. And then Randy Orton returns, coming up from behind. Drew McIntyre turns around and hits him with an RKO, and Randy Orton stands tall over Drew McIntyre. Then the MFT went one-on-one with the Street Profits mid-match. Solo Sikoa gets involved. He's standing on the announce desk when Sami Zayn takes him out, and Sami Zayn runs. The MFT's distracted. The Street Profits hits a giant frog splash on JC Mateo. 1, 2, 3. The Street Profits defeat the MFT. I don't know where this is going, but obviously this is setting up more for next week for the United States Championship match between Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa. But overall, a decent tag match. Then it was main event time. It was Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton taking on Becky Lynch, and Nia Jax. This match wasn't terrible. Everybody going back and forth and everything. Jade Cargill ended up picking up Nia Jax from the top rope and power bombing her. Absolutely insane. Then Tiffany Stratton got on the top rope and hit the prettiest moonsault to pick up the victory for Team Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton, defeating the man Becky Lynch and Nia Jax. Overall, this Friday Night SmackDown wasn't terrible, wasn't great. Dublin, Ireland put on a great crowd, great reactions for everything. John Cena and Logan Paul, honestly, in my opinion, carried the show. Overall, really great promo from John Cena and Logan Paul. Logan Paul did a pretty good job. And then the tag matches weren't too bad. Gotta say, honorable mention, man. R-Truth going to freaking Dublin, Georgia, bro. That shit was hysterical. But overall, Friday Night SmackDown was not too bad. I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. Wasn't the greatest, but was not terrible. John Cena, Logan Paul, man. Cannot wait until Clash in Paris. And John Cena does not like Prime at all. But this is Jared W. Make sure to like, subscribe. Stay tuned for more wrestling figure content. And I'll see you guys in the next one.